Well, I grew up in a very liberal family. We had money, choices. There were no rules to speak of. Everything was all right as long as it felt good. So, well, I did what I wanted. Parties, drugs, sex. I had a great time. But it took over my life. So, after a while, I started to feel lost. And one day, I met a Muslim woman. She was a Turk, an immigrant. She worked in a grocery store down the street. I used to feel so sorry for her, wearing that headscarf. How could she be so brainwashed? So kind of like you, I started asking questions and talking to her. And then I began to realize that maybe I was the one who was brainwashed. I mean, all the so-called freedom in the West didn't bring me happiness. It just made me a slave. A slave to fashion, a slave to the cosmetics industry, a slave to men. And then I read the Holy Quran. And I saw that Islam gave dignity to women. In Islam, I learned that my value comes from what's inside, my heart, my soul. And that's when I became truly free.
We believe that Jesus, or Isa, peace be upon him, was a mighty messenger of God.
The Islamic community uses usually the term Allah, but we believe that is the same God as all of the rest of us worship.
Jesus talked about the Paraclete, the intercessor, which is the meaning of Parakletos, and that's the name of the Prophet Muhammad, is Muhammad al-Shafi', Muhammad the intercessor.
If you compare Islamic belief about Jesus and God to the earliest Christians, then you can hardly tell a difference.
Women do have the right to own property and to earn a living in Islam. Those were rights that were given to women over 1400 years ago, where it was unheard of in the West.
Women in Islam were voting back in the 600s. I think we have a lot to learn from a different system.
Followers of Islam believe that the Quran is a collection of revelations received by the Prophet Muhammad from God about 1400 years ago. They believe that Muhammad was the last of a series of prophets and teachers and messengers that included Adam, Moses, Jesus, Abraham, all names revered by us as well. The word Islam means peaceful surrender to the will of God. But also, like the Bible, the predominant message of the Quran is of peace and care and loving God, justice, care for the neighbor, care for the stranger. In the Bible, we have thou shalt not kill. In the Quran, we have whoever kills another, surely he is killing all of humanity. And whoever saves the life of another, surely he saves the lives of all humanity. These are words of peace, words of faith, words that could save the world if we would take them to heart.